Hey family, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stephanie and this is Fanny Pack's Kitchen. If you follow me on my IG page, you will definitely get some previews of recipes that I'll be making on Sundays here, and you can follow along. Or you could just see the different kind of things I'm up to. I'm always cooking, so. Today we are making 3 different kinds of soup. One tomato vegetable soup, the other is a loaded lentil soup, and the last is an oxtail dumpling and kale soup. So I peeled and chopped all the vegetables and added them to the blender. And then I put 1 cup of vegetable stock to help loosen it up. Just a quick note, for the onion, I cut it into 4s and I used 3 of the pieces in the blend, and the other 1/4 of the onion is going to go into this tomato paste mixture. The reason why I like to cook the tomato paste with a little bit of oil first is because I feel like it just gets rid of that like bitter, like tart tomato taste kind of. To me, it gives it a nice smoky kind of taste. So I simply just added the puree, and I'm adding in 1/2 cup and then another 1/2 cup. So basically 1 cup of tomato sauce. Next, I'm adding in 2 teaspoons of pink Himalayan salt. Then I added in a teaspoon of paprika. A little bit of thyme. Little lemon juice. Simmer, simmer, simmer. Who's got the keys to my Beamer? Who am I? Just kidding. So like a silly goose, I re-blended the mixture and put it back into the pot with a little bit of sage and let it simmer some more. I didn't actually need to re-blend it. That just was like an extra step for no reason. Step for no reason. And that is a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. And some people like their tomato soup like thick like that. It's not for me. I like it to be nice and smooth, kind of like a V8 almost. Like basically I could have had a V8, but I just like this version better. So I sifted, get rid of all them bits. Yes, while sifting it, you've got to make sure to press it and squeeze all of that good tomato juice out. You must push it down, squeeze it, get rid of that extra chunks. I'm sure you could probably do something with it, but not I, so this little Haitian girl. I didn't got time. So I just threw it away. This is the consistency that I like personally. To my vegan friends, you can eat it as is or put whatever you like with it. To my non-vegan friends, I like to have tomato soup with a little bit of cheese and a grilled cheese on the side. Like, look at all that gooey cheese. Next, we're going to work on our lentil soup. Now just get all those vegetables in there and cook them down. I like a little bit of crunch, but not too much. So your lentils, to save yourself the agony that I did not, soak them the night before, or else you're going to have to boil them for such a long time. So add in your tablespoon of salt, your curry. That's the curry, the other was the cumin. Black pepper. One-fourth cup of tomato sauce, and that was 1 cup. 2 cups of vegetable stock. Add in the thyme. Now, as you can see, I needed to keep adding in some more stock. Took out the thyme. Now, I took out probably about 2 cups or 2.5 cups of the soup to blend it and put it back into the soup to thicken it up a little bit. Now you add in that chopped kale. Now that it's ready, I'm gonna grab myself a bowl full. Didn't even realize I was still recording, but I figured might as well. There it is, lentil soup. What I like about this soup is that it's so versatile. You can actually just have it with some rice if you choose to not just have it as soup the next day, vegan friendly. Or if you choose, you can have it with some rice and some fish, or you can use, I use cod here, but you could use whatever else you want personally. Last but not least, the oxtail soup. Here, I'm just cleaning the meat with vinegar, salt, and lemon. Because of a good friend of mine who was tired of not hearing me state what ingredients I'm putting into the meat, thank you, Ellie, I will now go forth and tell you what's going in each time. 1 Maggi cube, 1 teaspoon of cayenne, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of adobo, teaspoon of sazon, 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, and 1/2 teaspoon of that Jamaican seasoning. Now we're just gonna mix it all up. So personally, I like to brown the meat a little bit before I get to actual, boiling. I feel like it takes away some of the cooking time. I could also just be lying to myself, but it just makes me feel good. So I brown it for probably about 5 to 8 minutes, moving it around, mixing it up so it can get some nice color. Y'all heard my voice crack? Woo! So I just added a cup of water to the bowl that had the oxtail marinating in it. And then I added 2 more cups of water, stirred it up, and I let it simmer. So the oxtail, this soup probably took about 3 hours in total, but you get it all done in those 3 hours. Every minute is essential, I promise. So to make the dumplings, I added 1.5 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of adobo, mix it together, and then I slowly added in 1/2 cup of water to the mix. Mix it together. I felt like it was too dry. So then eventually I added in an extra little bit of water. And that wasn't a great idea because then it got too mushy. Y'all see what I'm talking about. You'll see. Keep watching. Too sticky. So then I'm going to add in just a little bit of flour to, soak up all that water and dry it up a bit to get it to that dumpling dough. Camera issues, my bad. Once I got the texture right, all you had to do was just roll them into whatever size pieces of dumplings you like. I like them small and bite-sized. Add in that 1/2 onion, the dumplings, some thyme and rosemary. I didn't leave the rosemary for long, I just wanted the taste of it in there. Another cup of water, a little oxtail close-up. During the last 1/2 hour of the soup's boil time, I added in the dumplings. As you can see, they got stuck to the bottom of the pan because I forgot to come in and mix them. And then the last 15 minutes, I added in the kale. I'm also going to take a little bit of the broth and I'm going to mix it with some cornstarch just to thicken up the soup a little bit. Not too much, I just did a little bit because I kind of still like it brothy. But it's up to you. You can make it a little bit thicker if you choose. You can make it the same way I do. My recipes are not set in stone. It's to give you the foundation and the idea. after those 3 hours, look at that little bit of fat, took that out. But anyway, after those 3 hours, I pretty much just let it sit for another half hour before I went in to get myself a bowl. It was so yummy, friends. You gotta try it. And if you do, please let me know. I hope you all enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share.